Border Barrel's back again. Hutto's got a big pimple. He's just told us.
I ripped it open.
Yeah.
too.
So, how good's the new intro? Did you just enjoy that? It's bloody. It's a real scream.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, because we don't do it in. That's a post thing.
Yeah.
I was like,
See how clever that was.
And
It's
it's also
seamless.
not on
You're really
Spotify's.
making incredible progress.
Yes.
First go again on Audacity,
Thank you.
and you're talking about something that hasn't even happened yet.
Yeah, and so you're here with Simo, Hutto, and Gratzy. For those that don't know us, just a bit of feedback there. And also,
I'm Hudson.
we are one subscriber closer to the million.
Are we?
We have a new subscriber, so welcome, whoever that is.
Thank you for
No.
subscribing
I thought we knew who that was.
I don't know.
on YouTube.
It was very young, Kai Brown.
Oh, Kai Brown, like
nice.
subscribe. Good on you, Kai. Big shout out, mate.
Oh, Kai.
He's not old enough to drink, but that's okay. He just likes to get around the border
Is he
barrels,
old enough
boys.
to hear our language?
I reckon he's heard some things. So shout out to Kai there. But yeah, like and subscribe if you haven't already. I hated how people say it all the time, but yeah, we do
Well,
need.
we need to now.
We need to. Yeah, we need to. We're getting around it. So here we're at we used to call it the not so good shed. I don't know if it sort of rings true anymore because it's a pretty bloody good looking shed, really.
Getting better shed.
Yeah, the getting better shed.
Got a couple of home improvement.
Hutto's done a bit here. He's got the bloody.
Got Tim Allen around.
If we ever do acid or something, this is going to be interesting.
Yep.
You know?
Okay.
No? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
On the
different
wall?
pod.
Yeah, it is a different pod.
Get him to the creek. I got the reference.
Yeah, that's it. There you go.
Straight
Cool.
to furry wall.
I just like that it's not that hot. It's a little bit hot, but not very hot.
Yeah, it's a really nice day. It's a cracker. It's really nice. The clothes are still in the dryer.
Yeah, I had to
it's a
turn
good
the
day.
dryer off because it was getting a bit muggy.
Yeah, it's getting a bit crazy. That's all right. Good stuff. Now, we're doing another brewery showcase, and I have to apologise because I thought the Easter one was my turn.
No, it was a special.
Okay. Well, yes.
It was
I've
a group
noted
special.
That. So I wasn't ready, so I've been bumped because the only thing I had in the fridge was a couple of Foster's Light Ice that I've had in there since 1996.
They would have been good.
They would have been all right.
Salad.
Yeah, they would have been all right. So I think Gratzy's jumping in and having another turn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that what's happening?
It is.
I
I'll
think
just
he's back on.
jump
yeah.
in and apologise. I feel as though my voice sounds like that episode of Family Guy when Peter has the flu and Lois thinks it's real sexy.
Yeah.
His voice sounds like this.
Of course you think it's sexy. That's good.
Barry White.
Yeah.
But yes,
Whoopi. You sound like Whoopi.
Oh, yeah, a bit more whoopee.
Steve-O.
Steve-O.
Coming to Albury soon. Yeah, dude. Just copped a big, not sick, just copped a big throat punch at footy yesterday. So,
As you
but
do.
we'll be right. Nothing that a good brewery showcase won't.
That's
won't
another
fix.
another good beer name. Throat
Yeah.
punch.
Throat
Yeah,
punch.
yeah, no, that is good. Before we start, we actually have some breaking news, which I
Always
can.
worry when you have
You're gonna, because it's also breaking news to us every time.
No. So it's all good. So breaking news: Hargraves Hill. We've learnt more about the name. Gratzy.
Oh yeah,
Throw to
Gratzy,
you.
over to you.
That's right. Sorry.
Oh, you don't have it ready.
No, well, I don't have it. Well, as we just said, he chucks the breaking news
Yeah.
onto us without us knowing, and then expects that we have
Well,
everything ready
just
to
to
go.
fill here, I don't understand how you can't remember that, but you can remember it was like 2003. It was the third quarter. It was 28 degrees, and like Hawthorn was playing like the Pies. I don't know.
Yeah, we weren't good that year.
Okay,
That's all
that's good.
right.
See,
So
I don't
last week,
remember who was good that year?
No idea.
Who even won the premiership? I want to say Brisbane.
that was the end of their three-peat. Yes,
Nice.
they defeated
Well, because
Collingwood.
it was one of three options.
No.
It was Brisbane, Collingwood, or Port.
I'm just
Because they were
so
the only relevant.
I'm so
teams.
impressed by your memory. It's very good. Both of you. Well done.
But if for anyone else that couldn't remember but listened last week, we queried where the name Hargraves Hill comes from. So, having spoken to Andrew from Hargraves Hill during the week, the original brewery was on Beth's family's farm in Steeles Creek on Hargraves Road on a hill.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And
Nice.
yeah, we might have something special in a couple of weeks. We might be doing
Hopefully.
might be doing a little extendo episode to that one. So yeah, watch out for that. But anyway,
An unexpected part 2.
yeah, I know, interlude. How good. So Gratz, what do you got for us?
Well, there's no special games this week to try and guess. I thought of one, but it didn't really work out.
So there was no sack found in Alaska of missing hands.
No, like I thought of
I was hoping for a
Lost
hand sack.
Palms.
It was like some other random like Montana, but it was a sack of secateurs or something.
No, well, look, I thought of a few games, but as it was, I thought I need to save the voice a little bit. So, this week we do have probably the most unique way that we've acquired beers for the podcast.
You stole them.
No, I was going to say he sold his body for beer.
Sold my
there you
throat
go.
for beers.
Oh.
No, so so
That's a
basically,
very different type of throat
T-
punch.
Today we'll be looking at a brewery that I have visited before. I didn't even hear that. I don't know. I'll listen back and probably be
I
offended.
thought you got punched in the throat,
Oh,
not the
yeah.
ears. Come on, man.
Sorry. But yeah, this is a brewery that I have been to before. Now, for anyone who is also a footy fan and who remembers that we actually had a footy podcast once upon a time, last week in Adelaide was Gather Round. So all the games of AFL was played in Adelaide. Now, my brother was going to watch the Hawks play at Norwood. And while he was there, I just had to flick him a little text and say, would it be possible for you to visit a brewery while you're there? Because this brewery only has $5 shipping, Australia-wide, which is great. However, it doesn't appear you can buy singles. You can only buy the beers in 4-packs.
I've noticed that that's most breweries. You can only really buy singles from, like, bottle shops.
Yeah.
There's a couple.
There's a couple that do it, but like it is pretty rare, you are right. So because he was going to be there and he was more than happy to go for me, so...
It's one of two in my mind.
Yeah. I reckon it's got to be Shapeshifter.
I was going with Big Shed, but
No, so it is Shapeshifter.
Oh,
Simo was correct. Also
Simo.
next to Adelaide 36's stadium. Findon.
That's the name.
How funny, the first beer is called Nothing But Net, and I didn't even put those things together.
There you go.
That's
How
right.
good. That's awesome.
there is a blurb.
Hold her
There is
up.
a blurb, so
Hold her
I'll
up.
just...
Are we showing the camera?
We will. So that's the first beer. I'll just quickly jump into a few things about the brewery. So, Shapeshifter are from Findon in South Australia, in Adelaide. So the name Shapeshifter stems from the fact that, at its core, beer is simply built upon 4 ingredients. But, just like a creature from mythology, a thing that might seem straightforward at first can turn into something with a wealth of complexity. In the right hands, these 4 ingredients, hops, malt, water, and yeast, can be transformed into truly delicious and rewarding drinks. Like a werewolf that changes under the light of a full moon, hence the logo that has a little werewolf in a moon.
Oh, yeah.
Beer can be an endlessly transformative experience for both brewer and drinker alike. So there's a few more notes, but we'll go through that as the pod evolves. But the first beer we've got today, now I sold Simo during the week, we've got a couple of styles we've never had in the pod. So this is a biotransformation lager, but upon reading the blurb, you'll find that we actually do enjoy this style of beer. This is a double dry hopped lager with notes of lychee, white grape, peach and orange. With a delicious Pilsner malt base and using a classic strain of lager yeast, we treated it like an IPA and loaded it with hops during active fermentation. After that, the yeast did its thing, called biotransformation, and created a medley of unique flavours. Do you prefer lagers or IPAs? Doesn't matter, this beer's for you.
All right. Well, let's see if it is for me. Let's deal it out.
Decent blurb, I reckon.
Yeah, it's a decent blue.
Yeah, it tells me everything I need to know.
Yeah.
And more.
Yeah.
How much was it?
$10.
What is it? Did you read out?
Oh, sorry.
6.2% in a
6.2%,
440.
440 mil.
Well, I'll give it a tentative score based on and then I'll
Okay,
see.
that's fair.
I'll see what flavour
I give it a little score.
does. It was when you were reading Shapeshifter's bio, you paused at a really inopportune, like a really weird time. You're like, as we know, there are 4 ingredients in beer, but, and then pause. I was like, oh, but.
Oh, there's another?
Oh, interesting.
But's the first ingredient.
That was going to
I
be
see,
interesting
but.
breaking news, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, but
Yeah.
beer.
I'll give that.
I'm
Sorry,
gonna give it a
Hudson, I'll give that
pause.
to you to have a
So
bit of-
I reckon I might have had one Shapeshifter beer in that pack that we did, but I have
The
not
science
had,
pack.
Yeah, I have not had a regular Shapeshifter beer. Never tried one, so I'm pretty excited.
I actually had their a pale ale from them back when I first started buying beers online, and which, as we'll discover, was very, very early days because they only opened in 2019, and that was the year that I started buying beers online. So I thought they'd been around for longer than that at the time.
Bloody nice and clear, isn't it?
Like a lager.
Like a lager.
Passes the smell test.
It's like a lager drink.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh god.
Oh, God.
So essentially, we think
Yeah, it
this is
smells
going to be
nice.
like a cold IPA or like an Indian Pale Lager.
Smells nice.
Certainly smells of something. I was trying to pick it. It's like tropical, but it's not.
Yeah, that's It should have been called tropical, but it's not.
Tropical lager. Someone does a tropical lager.
It's a little bit tropical. It's interesting.
Yeah. It's almost like a bunch of citrus fruit, but also they pour the citrus fruit down a big wooden log into my mouth. Like it's like citrusy, but it's piney.
Look. You would happily do that.
I feel I'm getting the white or the grape flavour to a point, like something lighter. Maybe it's the lychee, actually, now I think about it.
It's a bit, with the grapey, it's a bit winey.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
But it does wear off quite quickly, as you would expect
really
an
nice.
IPL to do so.
Much like my voice, bit
So-
whiny.
So official, it's an IPL? Is that
Well,
right?
it's called a biotransformation lager, but the description seems to suggest that it is a lager that's treated like an IPA. Which, as we've sort of thought about throughout the journey, that would be either a cold IPA or an Indian Pale Lager.
Yeah, this has really brought a big score.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
Yeah, it is. It's really nice. I could have more than a few of those. Yeah, that's delicious. I've come around to. I know we're talking to a lot of people, and particularly we're talking to the guys from Akasha and that sort of thing. And everyone's sort of talking around this, that lagers are going to come back. I still don't think they never really went away, but I don't think they'll really come back as far as you're not really clamouring over a lager release.
Well, I just think, they're not they're always going to be there. They're just not, if you're experimenting with craft beer, you're kind of going for your crazy IPAs and your crazy stouts and stuff like that. You just don't get as hectic or as wild lagers.
But this, I'm very excited about, because this is something a little bit different. And I have been going back and just because of those comments, I've been getting back into, or not that I really wasn't into them, but having a few lagers and a few pilsners. I'm like, yeah, these are pretty good. I can enjoy these. I
think as long as they're nice and crisp on a hot day.
Yeah.
It's the variance of the lager that, something like this. If this started to become as popular as the hazy IPAs, for example, that seems to be every brewery jumping into, and they know it's a haze craze.
Yeah,
that I understand when it comes to the prediction of lagers taking over. But if Mountain Culture are bringing out, as an example, here's our 375ml lager can, I don't automatically think that it would be their best beer or their most popular beer.
Yeah, because they do a lot of cool stuff.
Although Ben Spoke has just released a core range lager by the looks called Bent.
Yeah, fair enough.
I saw that online for the first time last night.
I think as well, it's probably lagers might be, and again, we know nothing. Lagers and pilsners might be a little bit different because you are limited to what you can really do. But with IPAs and stouts and that sort of stuff, you can push it into wider directions, I suppose. But this is really nice. This is really good.
Yeah.
And this would be one of my highest rated beers on there, to be honest.
There's a spread of fours there.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a weird one because if you treat it as a lager, reading the front of the can, it's this is incredible. But if you treat it as an IPA, it's
fine.
It's okay.
It's good.
You know,
Good.
You know what I mean? Which is quite interesting for the beer because it's if it depends on which category you place it in, whether it's off the charts or. If it's a lager, it's nothing but net. As I would say.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
If it's an IPA, it's kind of a swirly and out.
Tastes like it. Yeah, in and out.
But that's by comparison to some of the IPAs we've had.
Yes.
If you just had this and someone's like, "This is an IPA," you'd probably go, "Oh, this is still nice."
Yeah, really good though. Really good. I think. The lager situation. If you've got shorts and a t-shirt on, lager, big tick. If you've got even pants on, it's kind of these are okay.
Well,
I reckon
I was about to say, it kind of just clicked in my mind that before the pod you said the weather's nice and you put shorts on, and I was like, if I went through all my memories of you never are wearing shorts.
You reckon?
Yeah,
It'd be like you're wearing swimmers.
No.
Or taking your shoes off at the beach.
No way, not me, man.
If you're also someone that doesn't like to take their shoes off at the beach, let us know that you like Simon.
Yeah, no, I got werewolf feet, so...
Very fitting. They talked about werewolves, didn't we?
Yeah, well, there you go, hey? You planted that seed, but no, this is delicious.
I'll go through a little bit more brewery info just while Hutto finishes his beer because he's got heaps left.
Yeah, because I've been typing.
Nothing but naked.
Yeah, I was pretty excited about that one because he said peach, and I'm like, ooh, but there was only a lick of peach.
Very small
Yeah.
amount.
Which
Yeah,
is
no,
alright.
I feel like
Like a peach.
the lychee and the wininess, as Hutto has pointed out, was front and center with that real crispiness or crispness. It does wear off like a lager, and it leaves you wanting more. So very nice beer. Now, as I said, they were launched in 2019 by James McCall and Kevin. Would you pronounce that Mulcahy, Hudson?
Yeah.
Kevin Mulcahy, who met in 2016 while studying at South Australia's long-running TAFE micro-brewing course.
Oh, yeah.
Which is something I wish that we did have here.
Well,
yeah,
you
cool.
can do it by distance, I think, and you just have to go. You just have to do some like work experience at a brewery.
That's cool. Let's all do it. We should do it.
Let's do that.
All right.
James is the head brewer and has a background in graphic design, which may mean we have another brewery who create their can art in-house.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
I'm only guessing. By and large, since making their debut, the brewery's focus has been trained upon craft beer's more experimental realms, where new hops, brewing techniques, and ideas drive Shapeshifters releases. Short and sharp.
I'm actually a bit bummed that I've finished that beer.
Yeah, I just had another mouthful. And I was like, yeah, this is good.
Yeah, this is real
I'm
good.
enjoying this.
Yeah.
Um,
I hope the next beer is the same.
Well,
If
you
you
have-
brought it three the same, I'd
The
be
next
happy.
one, you'll be pretty excited
did
about
you? How much more info do you have on Shapeshifter? Because I've also got another 20 GABS beers for later.
I do have like one more little bit, but their info is quite short and sharp. Having done the research, it's
good.
There's a couple of things I can confirm having been there as well. One thing they do is like Thirsty Devil locally. They do have a rotating food truck roster that sort of comes in and does different stuff. So looks like the burgers are quite popular there.
That's a good idea, that food truck thing, because, buddy, it's just another thing you got to worry about. If someone's doing it better, get them in there.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, you don't have to put a kitchen in.
Yeah. And people don't care.
Nah.
Yeah.
That's like when I went to Blackman's when they opened their like brew pub in Geelong.
Yep.
I went there and they had a big pizza food truck, and it was one of the best pizzas I've ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
And the
was
good thing
crazy.
about the food trucks that is like sometimes you go to a brewery or a pub or something and it's like, oh, just let you know it's 40-minute wait on food.
Yeah.
If it's a food truck, like no one's waiting 40 minutes, like it's happening pretty
Yeah, you
quick.
get a pizza. You get a pizza.
Yeah, it's happening real quick because they can't afford to have people waiting in line.
And I reckon food trucks don't do the whole, we're closing between 3 and 6, closing the kitchen between even though they don't offer a lunch menu and dinner menu, it's just one menu. But we're going to close the kitchen for 3 hours in a peak drinking time.
Yeah.
You can buy packets of
Yeah,
salt
I'll
and
just
chips
have
if you
some.
want.
And not even the big packets.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll keep moving
Yeah,
on.
actually, that would be redeeming if, yes, the kitchen closed, but you could buy a family-sized
Yeah,
salt
a
and
big
vinegar
share
Smith.
pack. Big
Family
share
size.
pack.
Just the 6 kilos of chips. God,
Yeah.
that'd be a lot of chips.
Yeah, but we'd eat them. I'd eat them.
Beer number 2.
Oh, what do we got?
Nordic Hazy IPA.
Oh, Skol.
Double dry hopped hazy IPA, 6.8%.
Skol.
This beer was fermented with Kvik, an exciting
yeah.
strain of yeast from Norway that bucks all the conventional brewing trends. Used for generations by Norwegian farmhouse brewers, it ferments extremely quickly and thrives in conditions where traditional yeast does not. It can produce amazing fruity esters, when underpitched, perfect for hazy IPAs. This strain is a blend of 3 different Kvik yeasts and is double dry hopped with Citra and Galaxy for maximum juiciness. Skol. We talked about that recently.
Skol.
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 Also on the can.
What I've noticed, which is...
Sorry, that's a Vikings. They're coming in.
Oh,
They're about to pillage.
thought Opie from Family Guy was coming.
Another thing.
The cool thing about their cans as well is that they include the malts, the hops, and the yeast on the can.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Like
they read that on
Fox
the bottles,
Friday
mate.
do, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
important because for people that understand it. Not important for me because I don't get it.
But we're learning.
Well, yeah, we are learning.
Well, I should probably quickly run through the Nothing But Net. The malt was Pilsner, Vienna, and Victory. The hops were Hallertau, Ariana, Amarillo, Mosaic, Lupomax. The yeast was W3470
Yeah, fair enough.
for all those.
WB
Nerds out
34.
there.
Hallertau, Ariana.
So the malt on the Nordic Hazy, ale, wheat, rolled oats, hops, Citra, and Galaxy, yeast A44 Viking.
Yeah, cool.
Viking.
Now there was
No Viking.
a phrase on there. There was a phrase on there referring to the pitching. Now that's to do if it's underpitched. So that isn't that relating to? Was it talking about the hops, like pitching the hops or something?
I thought pitching was to do with the yeast.
Yeah, well, I'll be interested just to
Pitch.
see what that was. Something to do with putting something in somewhere.
Pitching yeast. Once the wort has been topped off and aerated, it is time to pitch the yeast.
Okay.
Pitching is the term brewers use for adding yeast to wort.
Okay.
So they use less yeast.
So less of that. So that's a farmhouse yeast that they use, and to make it less farmhousey, they've used less.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Once yeast has been pitched, it is considered beer
All right.
and not wort.
Wood.
How much was this one?
Look, I don't know
just
specifically.
making up
No,
numbers now.
okay, it was 4 beers for $40.
Okay, so
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
go $10.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
alright. Because if you go into the brewery and you get 4 beers for $40,
Yes.
it's $10.
Yeah, that's good. That's real good.
And it pours hazy, but a sort of pale hazy.
Hazy.
Lighter.
Hazy.
Man, their beers pass the smell test. I can smell them as soon as the can's open.
I can't smell this.
Yeah, I haven't got it yet. Maybe it's the fan.
Maybe because your throat's so fucked, your other senses are heightened.
Shout out to our
Let's be
sponsors,
one.
Click Fans, for providing the fan.
Actually, Dad helped me with the wall, and he's
Shout out to Mark.
yeah, and he was gonna. He was like, "Oh, don't worry about sending money as long as the Magastine family is the sponsor of the pod."
Oh, there you go. Well,
like,
thank
no,
you. That's our
that's-
sponsor. Thank you very much. For those of you who don't know, Mark is one of the funniest human beings on planet Earth. I bloody love him.
He's
so good
double
on him.
dry hopped humour too.
Yeah, bloody
much,
oath.
yeah, he's
No,
much better than me.
He's,
Do you
yeah.
guys, yeah, I feel like there's like just an underlying thing of like you guys wish Mark was here instead of me.
No, you're different.
No,
you're
it's
different
not. Don't
blokes.
take offence to that.
He's a good bloke. Yeah, this is
I don't
interesting.
reckon he'd go much on all these fruity beers.
Oh, you don't reckon? We should keep...
Oh, have you told the story on the pod of what he did with one of your beers once? The one that he opened when he shouldn't have?
Yeah. So this was like real early in my journey of beer. I reckon it might have even been Bridge Road's first advent calendar that they did, and I bought it. And so Christmas Day or Christmas Eve was their Fat Man Big Red Suit Santa sack or some other Red Bull sack. I don't know, some kind of beer that was meant to be real good. And I didn't have it on Christmas Eve for whatever reason, didn't have it on Christmas. And so it was sitting in the fridge. And I came home one day to an empty can on the bench, and it was the Red Bull sack can. And I was like, what the fuck? I don't recall drinking this. What happened? And Dad's like, oh yeah, I had it. So I was like, you motherfucker, I was looking forward to that one. And he goes, yeah, I poured it and had a mouthful and it was a bit shit, so I just poured it down the sink.
Oh, no.
So not only did I not get to have it, no one got to have it.
Oh,
except
that's
for the
sink.
ocean.
I reckon we're cancelling him.
The
There's
Dolphins.
no sponsorship now.
Yeah.
Retrospectively.
Yeah, we don't want that sponsorship.
We'll bring him around. This, what do we think?
I'm getting the Galaxy late in it, but it's also got a bit of an earthiness that reminds me of some of the Bridge Road beers that I always talk about with their pale. And I'm not sure if that's something to do with the malt or the yeast.
I don't know. I'm getting a little bit of that too. I could probably agree.
There's definitely Norwegian. Like, have you had like those 2-old beers?
I have not.
Oh, like there's a blizzard in a can.
Blizzard in a can.
Blizzard
Yeah,
in
I
a
think
can.
it's blizzard in a jug or blizzard in a can or something, and it's really good. But yeah, it's got that kind of lightness, but also very thick in flavour. Like,
Yeah.
it's juicy, but it's nice and light. Like it's almost like a lager.
Yeah, and I kind of feel like the hops are like super fresh. Like I've just...
Yeah, they're really fresh.
Yeah, they taste like they smell kind of
Citrus
situation.
so good.
Yeah.
I'm getting Citra, and I think it's rounding off with Galaxy. I feel, because it's not citrus I'm getting at the end, but it's a very familiar hop. That's about as much as we sort of...
Was this one heavier? Yeah, slightly, 0.6%.
I got it.
So yeah, 6.8% for the Nordic Hazy.
We've got to calm down. Simo just throwing out threes.
Oh, I don't...
Great beer,
No.
2.4.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've got a real problem. I need to talk to my therapist about it.
Has he edited his score?
Yeah, yeah.
I will again. Oh, yeah.
He's
no.
copying on me. So He's cheating off my homework.
No, well, you look over and it's like if you're putting, you know,
Yeah, but I'm
4.5.
I haven't seen that many 4s since I look back through my bloody dating history. So that's bloody...
Hey.
That's actually a bit of a slow burner. That's pretty funny because it's like out of 10. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Hey?
Got to be self-deprecating.
Out of 4.
Hey?
I hope none of your exes listen.
Oh, they probably do. They've probably got a little.
exes listen to border barrels.
Gratzy, do you have any like pains in your body anywhere? Because there's probably someone voodooing you right now. I reckon. You probably got someone voodooing you right now.
You're getting all voodoo. You're getting real voodoo. Yeah.
I got voodooed
Sticking
on the
pins
weekend.
wherever they go.
It's okay. So I've scored this one higher on Untapped. Simo's on par with the first one, and Zach is 4.25. So slightly more than the first one.
Yeah, but they're bloody different because like
Very different.
I had them 4.25, but I'd say the first one's better. But I wouldn't say that this is 4 and the other one's 4 point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah,
I prefer this
4.15.
can art a lot more than the first one, so my overall rating will be skewed by that. I like it looks cold.
Yeah, I gave the can art a 5.
Oh.
Because I'd have that, like, my scale, like, can art for 5 is, like, if it's in A1 size, would I put it in my house? And yes.
Okay. Yeah, right. So we actually had a listener send in a bit of feedback. They want to know
Hudson's
why we...
all over the place.
Oh,
No.
Oh, no, the motorbikes are starting, doing a close there.
Yeah.
Oh. What
Shit.
motorbikes are starting?
I don't know.
You both said it like you
Bloody
knew what was going on.
MotoGP.
Oh. It's funny, I don't think that thin aluminium door will stop too much, but it might, anyway.
Oh, I mean, it's better than nothing.
How long does this go for? Or are they going to ride off and then
They'll
won't
ride
worry
off
about it?
into the sunset.
The sunset, fair enough. So yeah, one of our listeners wrote in, they want to know why we like the can art.
Yeah, well, that would be mine. Is like
So
my
it's good, more
level
info.
of can art, like, would be what would I put on the wall? 5 being like straight up there,
Okay.
1 or 0 being like nowhere near my house, and then there's like varying levels. Like you see behind Simo's big barrel chest, the 3 Fox Fridays. Like I'm probably leaning more towards one colour being on my wall than another.
Yeah.
If that makes it like.
Well, it's funny with the Fox Fridays, you do it as a series. But anyway, that's, yeah, cool.
I've got the tattoo scale,
Okay, so you're
That's
like,
one.
would I have it as a tattoo?
but also the feel. So, for example, the Nothing But Net, to me, it's like, I guess, like a 3-dimensional net to a point. So it makes sense for the beer. The colours aren't as appealing, however, as the Nordic, but the Nordic, considering what it is and what the background is, I assume, as Hutto's explaining, it would look good on your wall, but also just the feel of it.
Yeah.
I feel like I know what the beer will taste like based on, it'll be a nice, cold,
Well,
that's good.
beautiful
No, that's good info.
IPA.
and it kind of matches because the wording of the can is, has anyone seen The Northman? Along that style, you know, that recent movie with one of the Skarsgårds. Wasn't the best, didn't love the movie, but and then like the scene behind it's very similar. The Nothing But Net, if my house was going for that the other guys feel,
Yeah,
then I'd
good
definitely
point.
put that in my
Okay,
house. Like
cool.
very was that 60s or 70s?
That's a good question, but no, that's cool. That's good info.
What's your? Why do you give it what you give it? So
No.
you've given 4 for the Nothing But Net, 3.75 for the Nordic.
Yeah, so my
Why?
I don't know. I don't really why.
No, but that's also a thing. Is like we have no rhyme or reason for what we do.
If it just appeals
That's
to
very
you.
on brand for us. It's just
No.
the vibe.
I like that. So I don't know. I don't know. Mine's on feel. I have less idea than you, but I think the put it up on your wall thing is a good benchmark. So there we go.
I will just repeat, $5 shipping from these guys. So if you guys do enjoy that Nothing But Net that much, I think it's $40 a 4-pack, but only $45 with the shipping included,
Yeah,
which
like
is a lot cheaper
that's
than
fantastic.
most places we do purchase our beers from.
Yeah, it's good.
We won't name names, but yeah, if we see $10
Why not?
shipping to Albury Wodonga, then we are $10 or under, and we're automatic purchase
Yeah, we're
a lot
on.
of the time. That's
Maybe-
the only tough part about living regionally.
Yeah, maybe we'll get a shipping code organised.
What's I just have a quick thing. So I bought some beers from a new supplier to a Beer Mash in Collingwood. I don't know if you guys had heard of them.
I have not.
But I bought 4 beers from them, and they had, I believe, $5 shipping
That's
to
good.
my house. And
good.
of the 4 beers, 2 of them are for me, and I've actually bought each of you a gift.
Oh, you're kidding.
So
You're a sweetheart.
I was
take
gonna
great
Reaching
wait.
29 subscribers.
Yeah, but I was gonna wait and give you the beers in the can form, but so they were shipping from Collingwood. They went to Sydney, and then they've gone back to Melbourne. So we're still waiting on them to get all the way to Albury. I feel
Okay.
like if we were ordering from Melbourne and living in London, it would be faster.
Send all.
But
Yeah.
let me get what I actually bought you, because
Alright.
it's pretty fucking cool.
We'll say thank you in advance.
Yeah, thank you.
Unless it's dog turd in a can.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's the dog beer. No, it's not.
Oh.
It is Range Brewing's
Oh.
double dry hopped edition of the Lights and Music Triple IPA.
Oh, so okay, so
So it's the Lights and Music
Yep.
Triple IPA that they did with Garage Project, but
Yep.
this is just them, and it's double dry hopped.
okay.
I haven't had the original.
Wow.
Oh, mate, it's delicious.
There you go. I thought
Oh, thank you.
you guys might enjoy that. So I saw it on Range's website, and I was like, I need to acquire this,
Yeah,
and
you
I
do.
feel like you guys need to
Yeah, that's great.
consume it.
Thank you very much.
That's okay. Happy to be of assistance.
Yeah.
Well, I may as well just finish off the last bit of notes I've got for Shapeshifter, so then we can get into the final beer and then finish off with the more GABS beers. So,
More Gabs.
Yeah, more
It was in the second half of 2021 when they opened the doors to their production brewery and tap room in the western suburb of Findon. Not long ago. I was there February 2022, so they're only open for probably about 6, 7 or 8 months by this point.
That's weird because I felt like when you told me I had heard of them already. So
Well, 2019 was when they started releasing.
yeah, okay.
beers.
Yeah.
The venue is as family friendly as it is beer friendly, with pinball and arcade machines, dedicated space for kids, and a whole lot of dogs there on any given afternoon.
Whole lot of dogs.
This is the other thing they do that's cool.
also a beer name.
Live music, comedy shows, and regular community nights that raise money to support important causes all help the brewery become ingrained in Findon soon after the doors open. So, yeah, they do like comedy nights, Simon. That's right up.
Oh,
Alright.
Simo.
Yes.
Fucking get some of that in you.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love
but
a good
having
comedy night.
been there, my son was only 1 when we went, and no, sorry, he was nearly 2. Or he's 1, nearly 2.
I wasn't going to correct you.
He fell asleep. He fell asleep in the car on the way there, so I just went in and had a beer, waited for him to wake up.
What? Did you leave him in the car?
My wife was in the
Whoa!
car. I went in on my own. My wife was in
911.
the car,
Oh.
and then when he
Tell you
came
what.
in, sent him straight to the
Sorry.
sent him straight to the kids' table. So they got colouring books and building blocks and all this sort of stuff. They can sit there and you're near them and sit at your high table having your beers. It's bloody good.
No, it's
And all
good.
the tanks are there just behind it, which of course he was interested in going to look at.
Yeah, like The Rock and Vin Diesel, all the
Yeah,
tanks.
all the tanks. It's funny the whole that's funny the whole tank thing in a brewery because it's like yeah we brew it here, like we definitely do. Here's the proof that we brew it here.
Yeah.
You want to
But-
sit
but-
next to it?
But I don't think I care.
Yeah, it's
I don't
almost-
think I need to see the tank.
Nah,
Oh, I
but
like that.
Unless the tanks were
I don't-
see-through, that'd be pretty cool. Like,
Would you like to drink the milk from the cow that it came from? Like, would you like to
No.
sit next to the cow? Goes,
No, isn't that the whole point of like they pasteurize the milk to make it nicer?
Yeah, so
Like I'm not drinking raw milk.
so actually, if you use that example, if you had like an old-fashioned milk bar, that would mean it'd be like
just a bunch of cows.
Yeah,
in
just
the
like
back.
we have the cows. They're here. You can look
Oh,
at them.
is that a business idea? We're
Yes.
starting a dairy farm, and like in
A tap room, and
Yeah,
it's just a
it's
bunch
a
of
milk
udders.
tap room.
Yeah.
and you
Carbonara.
and instead when you order the milk, we call the cow. It's like, righto, Doris, come over here, and then we milk it right in front of you.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's
Drink
good.
from the bucket.
But yeah, I don't mind it, but like I think that there is pressure. I think there's societal pressure for breweries to have the bloody
Yeah,
have
like,
things out
do
there.
they want them there? Is it practical to
Yeah.
have all those tanks right in the tap room, or would it be better off putting a few more seats?
Yeah,
I feel like it's the
right.
opposite way around. It's like, we'll brew here. Oh, you can probably fit a few tables and people will drink next to it. So you're cutting costs.
Yeah, perhaps,
Yeah.
because there's some of them are built. Yeah, anyway, that's neither here nor there.
We'll whip out beer 3. Phases to Stun. Oat Cream IPA.
Oh.
7.8%.
Set
440
phases
mil.
to stun. That's got to be a thing. Is that a movie quote?
Yeah.
Set phases.
I think it's from Star Trek or
the Taking Back
Star
Sunday
Wars,
song?
possibly.
Taking Back Sunday.
Star
Set
Trek?
Faces to Stun. Yeah.
I read a little thing about Shapeshifter, and they mentioned that they have a WhatsApp group they put names in, and this one, about this beer, and this one was either Star Trek or Star Wars, I believe.
Star
And Taking
Trek.
Back Sunday are a good band.
If we ever name a beer, can we name a beer that sounds like a movie quote? And they're like, is this a movie quote? And Google just says no.
No, yeah, see,
The beer's
so
called
I'm...
Is This a Movie Quote?
In my mind, when we're coming up with beer names, we say, hey, Simo, give us a movie quote. And knowing Simo, he'll get it slightly wrong. So that'll be it.
Yep. Yeah. Also, I was looking at that ladder over there, by the way, and I was like, whose initials are WH?
My great-grandfather, it's his ladder. William Harris.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I thought I got
But
it.
upside down,
Yeah, it's in
reversed,
magazine.
it's also HM, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, so what I was going to let everyone know that I'm an idiot because I thought like it's definitely HM. Okay,
No,
there
but
you
it
go.
actually-
If people have listened to more than one, they know.
Oh,
Whoa!
all right, all right.
Fuck.
Didn't
Alright.
actually expect that.
Hell.
Sorry, now I just feel bad.
All right.
Yeah, I would too. That
Alright.
was...
Righto,
Okay,
righto, soothers.
Can I? Yes. Well, can I soothe your burning bloody ego with this Oat Cream IPA?
No, you can. That'd be great.
Phases to Stun is a sweet and pale orange oat cream IPA that is sure to stun your taste buds. Made with the finest ingredients, this beer boasts a unique blend of Equinaut, sativa, and Amarillo hops that create a complex and deliciously sweet flavor profile. A heavy oat addition gives it a silky, smooth texture and a luscious, velvety finish. Malts are Pilsner, Maris Otter, pale wheat, rolled oats, hops. Is it Equinaut?
Equinor.
Incognito.
Aaron Norton?
Sativa and Amarillo. Yeast, London Ale 3.
Yes.
Lactose.
Much better than
Jesus, there's a
London
bit in
Ale
there.
2.
There's a bit
Yeah,
in there.
and lactose.
Lactose. Simo, write him off. He's not happy.
So is lactose just lactose, or are there different types of it?
Well, it depends if the cow has been pasteurized.
Yes.
I was going to say, is Simo just because he never takes his shoes off? Maybe he's got no toes, so when he reads lactose, he's like, yeah, I lactose,
lactose.
and he gets really offended.
Yeah, I do.
Like
Yeah.
that. This is like a attack on me. Oh yeah, Equinaut.
Old lactose, so I've got 30% mobility of like basically an old person with arthritis with my
What,
toes.
with your throat?
My toes.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that, until a couple of years ago, so I got was given orthotics.
Okay, there you go.
And now he wears.
Glad it was just orthotics.
Now he's like a Sunday ultra. What's the Ultimates Sunday Ultimate wearing runners when he plays footy?
Oh, the ultimate resi.
Yeah,
I've got something to show you later.
wearing Kayanos. Aww.
The
I've
ultimate
got
resi.
something to show you later.
I'm going to open this door again because it's hot.
Yeah,
I
can
think
you?
the motorbikes
Yeah, I
have
was
stopped.
actually about to ask. Oh, you watch. As soon as I reckon I don't need to go to the gym. I can just open and close that.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it's not. I don't even know. Like, is it just sitting on the ground?
Yeah, it's not on a track.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's in a groove, but I don't know if there's many wheels.
Many wheels.
It lacks wheels. Black wheels.
Would I say that this is a bit? It's pouring a bit cleaner than a typical oat cream, or not? Because
Would
I
I
think
say?
they're sort of
I
hazy.
have said. Well, it's oat cream. Yeah, it's probably leaning more towards a haze, but
Yeah, I think
it does have that cloudy juiciness. My descriptions are weird today.
There's some days where his words don't come to you.
Oh,
Yeah.
weird. There's Sorry, I sort of skipped on what you were talking about with the blurb. Is there Centennial or Amarillo in this?
Koala? Neither. Oh, yeah, no, Amarillo,
Amarillo.
yes.
Okay, can you get that at the end? That's
And-
what I'm getting.
Is
Yeah.
sativa...
Look
Real
at you
earth-
knowing
I
it.
Real
thought
earthy.
sativa was
The
that...
dank one.
Oh, I thought sativa
I thought
was
sativa was
the
that
sugar replacement.
That's stevia.
That's
Oh.
stevia.
Yeah, that's stevia.
No, sativa is something to do with. I thought it was something to do with the marijuanas, so that's why I thought it was potentially the dank. Like when you get that dankness in a beer, I thought sativa had something to do with that.
We'll
I
probably
might
have
be
to look
wrong.
that up. We're getting that pretty wrong. But yeah, that's
What's
weird.
Equinaut Incognito?
Not too sure, but it's
Like it's
But
there,
it's-
but you can't see it.
yeah.
That sounds like that's a porn star's name.
It could be.
Equinaut Incognito.
Incognito.
Or a spy.
That's really interesting. So I'm getting the Centennial at the end. Is that what it's?
Amarillo.
Amarillo at the end. Because it's like real earthy and real grassy.
It
I know
is
that
actually.
one. Yeah.
Yeah,
But it is
surprisingly.
sweet.
There's
Yeah.
a sweetness that comes quite late.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
not getting
probably
much lactose,
that'd be the
so-
lactose and probably the amount of oats.
Yeah, I would have
Would
to
give
say
the smooth,
I'm
like,
not normally
sweetness.
I'm not normally a fan of an oat cream IPA, but I like that. I like that. And also, I would have to say my knowledge of like being able to pick that hop is from the don't know about that series from Deeds. I really
Deeds.
enjoyed that. That was
We
good.
didn't realise at the time that we were getting an education.
Well, yeah, it was good. Give me a look at that. Give me a look at that canner.
Give me a look at it.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, give it a 4.
I love that. I'll give it a 4.
Oh, I don't know. I like.
Oh, there was
it.
a bit left.
I like.
Give me the dregs.
Oh,
I'm getting some more oaty sort of lactosey now. I didn't at the start. I think we talk about it all the time. The Nordic Hazy was still in my palate. We need that palate cleanser.
how do
The
I?
insulting Simo is not enough.
Nah, it's all good. Can I upgrade a score?
Oh, it's already locked in on the computer, and as we know, computers you cannot edit
Yeah,
things
well,
once you
It's
put
like
them
a
in.
permanent texture.
Yeah, what are you editing?
I just 4.5 for the first one.
Wow.
Yeah.
I really like that. I really like
We might have to get some readers' opinions, the viewer opinions on that.
whether you can change it.
Yeah. You've made a lot of work for me.
Yeah, sorry.
Now
It's
because
not as if I don't do enough. You
we
dog.
we haven't done that yet today.
I
Now-
haven't even scored everything.
That's okay. Well, oh yeah, no, I have not finished either. We've referenced It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, thanks to Lost Palms and Bakes Creates and all that. But are you guys ready for the wild card, bitches? Because I've kept something from both of you.
Oh.
It's a bag of...
Shapeshifter don't just make beers. And I said that I got 4 beverages. They make
We're
what?
going... Oh, no, we're doing the acid pod.
No. So we're going to have a drink that is
Oh.
not going to be something we're going to bother rating. I just thought I'd get it because I was getting a 4-pack.
Oh,
Alright.
a big fucking vodka drink. And a whiskey drink.
And a lager drink.
We've had
And
the
a cider
lager
Our very first hard lemonade.
Okay.
Oh,
Lemon
yeah.
haze. I thought it
Alright.
would just be a little.
I hope
little
this
treat
lemonade
at the
makes
end
me
of our
hard.
beers.
Lemonade.
Lemon haze. Cool can art. I like this one. It's very eye catching. Only 4.5 ABV. 375 ml can, not a 440.
Wow, $10 value.
No, I know, but I didn't know how else to sort of break it initially by keeping it secret. So I'm
No,
not
but
sure
that's
about the
that's
value.
all right. We're not rating this one. This
Yeah.
is just a special treat. I like treats.
And those other beers being $10 is fine with me.
What are you giving it on Untapped, that other beer that we just had?
I think the Phases is my least favourite of the 3.
Least
that's
favourite.
weird. I can't, yeah, I really like it. But it's not
Definitely
something...
don't dislike it, just from my rating system. I've got actually 4 3.75s out of 5. So the one that is higher is the Blurb, 4.25.
It's actually probably the weakest for me as well.
Yeah.
Actually, the newest beer of the 3 that we had.
Only
it's-
because like you said, Simon, you're not an oat cream IPA guy and you love it. Whereas I'm an oat cream IPA guy because
You're
I
expecting something
love
different.
lactose and
Yeah.
sweet, and it's not quite super lactose and super sweet,
It's
which
there.
I love.
Yeah.
It is there for sure.
Yeah.
And I think I would enjoy having the full can, absolutely. And I probably would appreciate it because I think, as we've spoken about, when they're too sweet and too lactosey, I don't enjoy them as much. I like the flavour, but a 440ml can becomes a bit much.
Although value's good, 7.8% for $10 dues.
Yeah. Yes.
What was 7.8%? This?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Might have to hang around for a bit.
Turns out I'm drunk.
You do remember that you're the one driving today.
Yes, I just remembered.
Well, that last mouthful was the best one, actually.
Alright, well, Simon, you're closest. Can you just duck over to the side there and grab the 3 extra glasses out of the box,
I can.
please?
I can. Oh, excuse me. Power of the elephant. Power of the elephant.
Power the elephant.
Power of the elephant.
Paraplegic
Release the
elephant.
elephants.
Paraplegic
There they
I
are.
didn't realise I had so much freedom.
Freedom.
Yeah, I thought like I was
How do you
pretty
think
locked
this
in
is?
over in the corner.
You're the most free of all of us.
Okay.
Well, why
Well,
is
is that a marriage joke
that?
that I
Marriage
didn't
and
mean to
and
make?
kids.
Oh.
An accidental marriage joke.
Touche.
You're the most free. Let me just quickly update this.
Well, that's okay.
And then I'll
So, Simon,
pour the real hard.
so Simo, in the end, which beer was your favourite? And I'm basing that entirely on the Untapped rating, not on the full score.
Yeah, so I did change my score, and it's fine if you're not allowed to update it. I'm going to play by the rules. I really like the first one.
It's very nice, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really good. Nothing but net. It was really good.
I also told Simon during the week that we're going to be having 2 first-time styles on the podcast. I'm surprised you didn't bring that up when I pulled the third one out and you realised that we'd had an oat cream before, Simon, but the hard lemonade, of course, being the second.
Well, I will alert you to just before when we spoke about like me not being super clever, and you doubled down on it. So there you go. That's why I didn't pick
Double down hopped.
So as a group, the Nordic Hazy was our favourite based on Untapped.
Yeah.
Then Nothing But Net. Then Phases to Stun.
Yeah, they're all great.
And then if we go based on our leaderboard, what do we call it? The Border Barrels review system. Border Barrels beer review system, sorry. It's a lot of words, even I've forgotten. The Nordic Hazy IPA wins again, Nothing But Net, Phases to Stun.
Yeah, nice. No, they're all bloody good.
Interestingly,
well done.
though,
Hard to split the Nordic and the Nothing But Net, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. I think they sit mid-table on all of our against all of the other beers that we've had.
I thought they were higher because of the
Nordic Hazy is now top 5.
There you go.
The BBBRS.
The blurbs have really helped.
It all comes down to blurb, but the Nordic Hazy actually is 5th in our Untapped rating as well. So it's a very good beer.
Very good. Yeah.
Righto. Well, let's. Zach, do you want to pour the hard lemonade?
Sure thing.
And I'll read some GABS beers.
We can do that.
There's no short breweries for me to make jokes about, Simon.
Before we get off Shapeshifter, I'll just thank them for their beers. Obviously, having visited and getting a 4-pack takeaway last year, I realised how much I enjoyed what they do. One of the beers I had was a New England IPA last year that was 8.6%. By the name of Above and Beyond.
Nice.
I gave it a 5. I remember having that in the hotel when I was there. I couldn't believe it. I actually couldn't believe how good it was.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It had Brew 1 in it. I think that's when I started to be like, oh, this is pretty good.
Yeah, mate. Yep, absolutely. I had a beer with that in it the other night.
The next time in Adelaide, I'll probably try and return,
Bit of mountain
guys.
culture action.
Bit of fin back, front and back.
Mountain culture, fin back collab.
Yeah, that's delicious.
Anyway, GABS Section 3 has been released, so we've got old Listy McListerson, Hudson over here. Brayside Brewing Co. Rye Delia. Delia? I was reading that as Delilah, but it is Delilah. Rye Delia.
Oh, Delia. Okay.
Yeah. 6.5% red IPA, apparently, Simon.
Yeah, right. Give that a
Badlands Brewery, Grandmere's Crumble, Rhubarb and Custard, Apple Saison. And 6% Saison. Moffat Beach Brewing Co. Can't Beat a Root. 4.8% Pils lager with beetroot.
Oh yeah, that'd be very purple.
Shifty Lizard Brewing Co. Cotton Candy Sour, a 4.8% kettle sour. Craft & Co. The Craft & Co. Whipper, 6.5% Imperial IPA, so it's a wheat-based. Tallboy and Moose Woggle Buzz, a 6.1% Braggot. Another Braggot.
I thought you were going to say Wogger to start with.
Reckless Brewing Co. Bougainville, 6.9% specialty beer. Now, this had a really good description.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rev your engines for a lip-smacking supercharged sip of sheer Westy goodness with Bougainville, especially for GABS. Take your classic rum and cola and redline the flavour with a sour twist, and there you have it. All the power and grunt of a V8 in a can, with a punch like a polar bear and a winning finish like Craig Lowndes at his cracking best.
Nice.
Where are they from?
Reckless.
Because they.
Yes.
Well.
Queensland.
Bathurst.
Okay.
Hence the
yeah,
Craig
Craig
Lowndes.
Lowndes,
Come
okay.
on, guys.
Yeah, it's alright. Okay.
Modus Brewing Chrome Fury, a 6% pastry sour, a mango dessert in liquid form. Ether Brewing, a Biscoff ice cream porter.
They read our fucking minds.
But also, of course, it's Ether,
Yeah, of
a
course
brewery
it's
that we
Ether.
really like.
I'm really
And
good.
like-minded.
Were you thinking, are you doing a Biscoff?
Well, a little while ago on the podcast, Simo said that off air he was going to tell us, or was going to keep it a secret for a while. If we brewed a beer, what would we use? What would be our secret special stout that we'd do? It was going to be Biscoff.
Yeah, Biscoff.
8% porter.
Oh, that's
Umundi Brewery Ginger Nut Sparkling IPA.
And that was the second one, using my nuts. Hey?
Stoic Brewing Imperial Lemon Meringue Tart Sour. 8.3% pastry sour. So I wonder if that'll rival Atomics from last year. Their Lemon Whip. Mismatch Brewing Co. Hop Quad Buns. A 10.5% Belgian Quad.
Whoa.
Merino Brewery Mulberry Bush Imperial IPA. 7.5% black IPA. Simo, you'll be very keen on that.
Yeah. No, I had a very good black IPA recently, which was the Dark Harvest. I really enjoyed that.
Working Title Brew Co. Take 5. Chopped Caramel Peanut Butter Cup Double Milk Stout.
Some of these, look, I'm going to stop everything here.
Oh.
Some of these beers, I just wish were desserts that I could eat.
Yeah.
I wish I could just have the dessert.
Yeah, well, no, that's why you got to go to degustation nights when they usually will like try and pair a dessert with something like that.
But I just want a chopped caramel peanut butter cup something on a plate.
Well, they actually did the beer that we had on our Christmas party episode, the Nutella Double Fudge Milk Stout.
And it was one of the best ones I've ever tasted.
Yeah. Capital Brewing Co. Salvaged Sour. Apple and Rhubarb Crumble Pastry Imperial Sour. 10%.
Ooh.
Brewed using ingredients that would have been thrown out.
Yeah, cool.
Common Ground
Is
Brewing.
that like an old couch? Stuff like that?
Yeah.
Sorry, I just spat.
Our third
A
fridge.
used tissue.
Yeah.
Oh. Is that a shout out to when we recorded back at Simo's all those moons ago and you left a used tissue on his couch
I feel so
and
bad
went
about
home?
that.
Cuda wouldn't even eat it.
Common Ground Brewing Bloody Mystic, a 6% American wheat. Slipstream Brewing Co. Maple Bacon Pancake Stout.
That'll be
7%.
good. That'll be good. I'd like to. What's the? 7. Okay.
Green Beacon Peak Hype, 6.1% mixed fermentation sour. Now, the coolest thing about this,
Oh, I think I saw it.
Lush Guava Beer, it is a collaboration between Green Beacon and a vodka cruiser.
Oh, okay. All right.
That could be really cool.
How do we feel
Yeah.
about Cruiser trying to just get in on craft beer?
Well, didn't Green Beacon get bought out? I wonder if they got bought out by the same company that owns Vodka Cruiser. And it was like
Yeah.
a forced collab.
Green Beacon is everywhere on tap in Queensland.
Yeah.
No, so it was good. It was good to have it there.
Bridge Road Brewers Electro Sour Wormhole.
Okay.
A 4.3% sour Berliner Weiser.
Okay.
Now, this one was pretty cool. This existential duology explores the extremities of sour and sweetness in a mind-bending beer that looks like Aurora Australis and tastes like electro-soaked sour worms. So it'll be colourful, is what I'm getting.
Yeah. Well, I hope they have it up here because last time they did 2 beers that weren't at the brewery and they were kind of. I don't know.
Well, they are GABS exclusives, so.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Oh,
I'd just be confused by it.
And then Squinters Brewing Co. The Thickness version 2.
Oh, yeah.
6.7%
C.
hazy IPA. The Thickness Oat
Where are
Cream
Squinters?
IPA. I can tell you. That's all the beers, by the way.
Yeah, cool.
Squinters is in Penrith.
Okay.
Go
Yeah.
Panthers.
Someone new.
Would be what someone that likes Penrith Panthers would say.
Listen to you.
Can I point
I
out
think you
that-
like the Panthers. I think that's what you're saying.
No, I actually don't understand NRL, but if I picked a team, it would be Storm because I'm a Victorian.
Yeah, and I would have to say that Gratzy had a voice of an AFL player until today, but he's got a voice of an NRL player.
Yeah, true.
You know, he's been hitting
Yeah.
us right.
At least it's not old.
I sound like Darren
Brody.
Lockyer with tonsillitis.
No, I was going to say Darren Lockyer. He's
Yeah.
Throaty McThroatson. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
I'll tell you what's
He is.
helping is this delicious lemonade.
Yeah,
What
it's,
you
it's
need is a
really
bit-
good.
It's so good.
It is really good. Yeah.
I wish you
it's
had Jonathan Thurston's laugh. That'd make this really enjoyable.
Pretty good, wouldn't it?
Haha.
Imagine if we just had celebrity laughs.
Sounds
We
like
could-
a kookaburra.
every time we laugh, we could like get Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi's is pretty easy. Kawhi's laugh is a cadence laugh. It's nothing
Yeah.
like it's like that's it. Yeah, it's just like you're not laughing. Whereas Jonathan Thurston's is like I don't know what it is. Yeah, it's like it sounds like he's like ferociously eating cake.
Yeah. Love
He
it.
probably eats more peanut butter than I do. It's on the roof of his mouth
Yeah.
constantly.
Yes.
What do you think of the lemonade?
It's good.
Yeah,
I
it's
really like
quite
it.
good.
Probably
It's,
have 7. I think.
Yeah.
It's more like a squash though, because it's got that
Yeah.
sourness.
Yeah, it's good. It's very good. I enjoy
Lips
it.
Imagine if
Smacking.
this was the pub squash you get. It's like, oh, I'm getting a bit pissed off this pub squash.
Yeah, like Mum only drinks pub squash. So this would be a
Get
good
her
one.
some of
She
this
wouldn't even
in
know.
Just send some to her and say,
Yeah.
oh, just don't worry about the ABV. That's a typo.
Ah, she wouldn't read it.
What's the 1.3 standard drinks on the back there?
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Are you pregnant? Nah, don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
don't worry about it. Nah, very good.
It's a daily intake thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's daily, yeah. But cool, thanks, Shapeshifter. Thank you to my brother for getting there and getting the beers for us. That's very, very generous to drive back 9 hours to the border.
And they were in their original condition. They weren't, heat.
Yeah.
Shaking,
Shook it.
He didn't just sit there driving home just with like a shake weight.
Which was awesome. Which is awesome. We appreciate that. Thank you.
So I got to hoot these guys. Yeah, but no, that's
I would.
That's fair.
Well, I do hate
you
these
would.
guys.
Nah. No, it's bloody awesome. So I'll be in touch. Let you guys know about it. I hope you enjoyed the listen. Thoroughly enjoy the brewery. If we're over there for Gather Round next year, we'll try and visit.
I actually wouldn't mind going to Gather Round. It looked quite fun. I wouldn't mind going to Norwood Oval and being on one sideline and being within 2 metres of the other sideline.
Yeah. Well, Hawthorn's requested to play there every year
It's so narrow. It looks like a bloody curling rink.
Yeah. the picture from above, it looks like it's not a proper oval either.
No.
Well, it's like the one pocket is like jutted in a little bit.
But like one of the sidelines is straight.
Yeah.
You could run a 100-metre race along one
Yeah.
of the sidelines.
I haven't seen it. Yeah, right. Interesting.
But apparently it had a very old school, like when Victoria Park, Whitten Oval, Moorabbin, all those Arden Street places like hosted games of AFL, like Glenferrie, all that. That's
Yeah.
the feel that it had.
No, I like that stuff. Like I like GWS getting down to Monica and then Collingwood, Hawthorn and North going to Tassie. And then like I love all those weird games. Melbourne always playing Alice Springs. When Gold Coast get up to Kazali Stadium.
Up there, Kazali.
You know what I don't like is when they play at the Gabba because it's always wet and the lights turn off randomly.
Because
No,
they're wet. The lights are wet.
The lights got wet. It's the moisture in
The
the air.
Undertaker.
Yeah, that's it, I
Yeah,
guess.
thanks, guys.
Simo, you better buy beers for next week.
Yeah, I better get that sorted today so they get here in time.
Well, if you're
'cause I
going to
still
online
haven't.
order. I already know what I'm doing for my week.
Okay, well, right.
So
Well,
sort your shit out, Sim.
okay, I will sort.
Old Simey short sword.
Swordfish.
Short Sim.
We're still going.
Ah.